Welcome my dear students. Today I am going to taking you my subject as a elective subject in your third semester BCA, that is a skill development elective subject paper 3. Paper code is BCA CE 237 E2 desktop publishing. As you are familiar with, this is a total of 50 marks. Internal is a 10 marks and external is of 40 marks. Here I am presenting you the detail. It is the syllabus framed by the Mangalore University. Yet this books and detailed syllabus has to come. Yet as per the instruction we got, our association, Computer Science Association, will give the full-fledged study material related to these elective subjects. Once it is once we get that copy, we will continue this subject. So here in this session, I am going to showing you some of a video tutorial available in YouTube. Please go through this. Once the material has came to us, we will definitely continue with this unit. Okay, so here the textbook is mentioned, but we are not confirm whether the same book is going to be carrying on or not. So that is why you don't buy these books. Once the detailed syllabus as well as a prescribed textbook has come, we will continue with that. Okay, so I will present you some of a video tutorial related to the unit 1, that is page maker. Just go through it. Nowadays this desktop publishing plays a prominent role for creating uh, detailed documents and also for running presses. So every day you are getting a magazine papers. The compilation is done by using this desktop publishing softwares. And if you are printing the invitation card, wedding invitations, this page maker softwares are using. If you are printing, if you are preparing visiting cards, letterheads, greeting cards, advertisements for jobs, newspaper for columns, and every work is going to be doing with this pagemaker itself only. Now you are also having your textbooks. The compilation of a textbooks is prepared by using this pagemaker software itself only. Okay, here once that we get the detailed syllabus, we will continue the syllabus as per the requirement of a university. Till that I am placing you here the sum of a YouTube tutorial. Please go through it. Thank you.
Welcome back. In this tutorial, we will further study how to modify passages and paragraphs. In the previous tutorial, we studied the basic about text formatting. We can click on a new file and type the paragraph which one wants. Here, just for the demonstration, one can see a little typed paragraph. One can format the paragraph, change it by clicking on the text button, clicking wherever one wants to change, and then doing the desired change. One can also change the font style by going into the type menu. First of all, one has to select the desired text to be formatted. One can do it by dragging the mouse on the selected text. Then one can go into the type menu, select on font, and then can choose from the various font styles that are available. For more styles, one can go into more, and hence various styles will appear as per alphabetical order. For example, if we want, we will change it to Berlin Sans. One can easily see the difference between the two font styles. One can also change the font size of the text by selecting the text Going into the type, selecting the size and changing it. One can change the vertical spacing between the lines by going into the leading option. One can change the horizontal spacing by using the horizontal scale option. One can similarly change the styles by changing from normal to bolded text or italic or underlined text or strike through text or reverse formatting box. For example, underlined text will underline the selected text. Strike through is used for showing that there is some error in the text. For example, if I want to delete this line, I will select this line, go on to the type style and select strike through. This will enable the other person to understand that this line is not needed. Similarly, one can go into type, paragraph, and can change the paragraph specifications, which will be covered in detail further. One can also enable the export tracking option. One can change the alignment of the paragraph, the style of the paragraph, the indentation, and the hyphenation too. One can hence modify the text as one wants and in the way one wants. We can write stories, letters, emails, memos, and various other things using PageMaker. This function of PageMaker is very important and widely used throughout the world. Thank you. Welcome back. In the previous tutorial, we studied about the basics of paragraph writing. We understood how to change the font size, the font style of the paragraph by going into the type menu. We also studied the various other functions that can be performed on the paragraphs. Here, in this tutorial, we will be studying in detail how to indent and tab a paragraph. Here, for reference purposes, we have already written a paragraph by clicking on the file and the new menu to save our time. We can select the type button and the indents and tabs menu. Our menu bar will open as shown. If one wants to change the alignment and do the indenting of a particular paragraph, it has to be chosen first. Hence, we will cancel this and choose the paragraph we want to edit. We will again go on the type button, select indents and tabs. We can also go to the menu bar by using Ctrl plus I together on the keyboard. As shown, a menu bar is seen. For our convenience, we make the 0 coincide with the paragraph. To change the spacing, we can either write the position, for example 0.56 inches, or by dragging the mouse button and changing as shown. We can change both the arrows by clicking on the downward arrow and dragging it where we want. If we click on the apply button, it will show us how our paragraph will look. Until and unless we click on the OK button, the changes won't be made in the original paragraph. On clicking on the OK button, we will see the changes appear. We will go back again to see the other functions of the Indent Tab menu bar. We can also choose the leader by clicking on the leader option. There are various options such as dots, small hyphens, and a line. We right now select the none option. We can also change the end indentation by moving and dragging the arrow as shown. Clicking on the apply button will show us how our paragraph will look. Corresponding inches value is shown in this dialog box. We can also change the arrow buttons according to the way we want our paragraph to be. If we want our paragraph to be left aligned, we have to keep this selected. If we want the paragraph to look like this, we have to select this, and accordingly all the 4 options. Clicking on the reset button will reset all the values. Clicking on the OK button will actually apply the changed and the indented things on the original paragraph. The apply menu is just for demonstration's sake without actually changing the original paragraph. The cancel button or this cancel button will undo all the changes one has made. The original paragraph will remain as it is. This is in detail the indents and the tab function of the paragraph formatting section. Now on, we will study another function of paragraph formatting. Thank you. Welcome to the spoken tutorial of Adobe PageMaker 7.0. In the previous tutorial, we have studied how to work with text. We then moved on to the paragraph. We also saw the tabs and indenting part of the paragraph. In this tutorial, we will be studying some more features of paragraph. We will be studying the basic styles of paragraph making. We will also be briefly discussing about the alignment of paragraphs. The paragraph styles can be selected by going into the type menu and clicking on style. There are a variety of styles available like body text, caption, hanging indent, headline, normal, subhead 1, subhead 2. We'll be briefly seeing some of them. First of all, to select a text, you have to click on it and drag the mouse over it. Here, Apple is a text which has to be given the type heading. So, select it, go into the type menu, go on styles and select headline. You will see that the text will change as if it appears as if it is a headline. The headline would change the font size and will also make it bold. If there is a heading which is inside the main heading, or it is called a subheading, like here it is Apple 2GS, then we have to select it, go into type, go into style and select subhead 1. You will see that the font size is smaller, but still it looks as if it is a subheading. If you have another subheading inside it, then you can even go into subheading 2 and change your text. The next text will be changing is the first paragraph. Select it, go into the type menu, go into style and change it as the body text. See the difference. The paragraph will appear with a tabbed space of the first word. Initially, the paragraph was seen like this, which has now been changed to this. We can even keep the paragraph text normal. The second style which we'll be seeing is the hanging indent style. We will select the second paragraph, go into the type menu, go into style and select the hanging indent. See the changes on the screen. Here, the first word will appear a little left aligned and the rest of it will be left aligned. You can definitely see the difference between the body text and the hanging indent style. If you don't want the already defined styles, you can even create your own style by going into the type menu and going into the define styles option. The define styles option will open up a pop-up box which has already the defined styles in it. To create a new style, you have to go into the new menu. Another pop-up style will appear. You have to type the name which you want your style to be of. For example, I will type style new. Based on which of the styles, for example, I will choose caption. At the bottom of the pop-up bar, you will see the same style italic plus size 12 plus hyphenation. That is, the text will be based on this format. We can select the next style as the same style or no style or body text or whatever we want. We will keep it same style because we want it just to be like caption. You can even go on to another like normal. Then here the format will change. For example, normal italic plus size 12 plus hyphenation. Click on OK to define this new style. You will see that among the styles, now your style will also appear, which you can use by clicking the OK option. You can even edit and remove some of the already made styles by clicking on the edit option, going into the style which you want to edit and the editing options. You can even go into the paragraph styles here. You can change the paragraph spacing before and after. You can change the indents from the left, first and the right option. You can even keep options like lines together, column break, page break according to your need. Click on OK button to edit it and click on the OK button to edit your style. Right now, we'll be going out of this menu bar by clicking the cancel option. Another thing which we will look in this tutorial is the alignment option. Click on the paragraph that you want to align. Click on type menu, go into the alignment option. Right now it is aligned left. If you want to justify it, click on the justify option. You can see that the text is aligned from both the left and the right hand side. The other options available are align center, align right and force justify. The shortcut keys are already available on the right hand side of the bar. This way you can work with your styles in the alignment option. Another shortcut method of using the styles instead of going into the type menu every time is the right hand side bar, which you can see. The styles option, you can avail all the options that we saw by going into the type menu bar. You can even change the color of your paragraph, which we've already covered. This way, you can help your paragraph look more attractive and change it according to your need. Enjoy working with paragraph styles. Thank you. Welcome back, friends. In the previous tutorial, we learned about the various paragraph styles. In this tutorial, we'll be switching over to objects and graphics. This is a very interesting topic and a very widely used feature of Adobe PageMaker 7.0. In this tutorial, we will be learning briefly about all the features of working with graphics and objects. First of all, we will be drawing some of the objects. We'll be beginning. As seen, we have drawn various rectangles and squares. To work with graphics, we have to first select the object that we want to work with. Right now, we will be selecting a rectangle, and by pressing on the Shift key, we will be selecting the next circle. Now, to view the various options and the various things that we can do with the objects, we have to go into the element menu. Click on it. There are various options available, as you can see. We will be briefly seeing each of them. The fill option, as seen earlier, fills the object with the color or the pattern that we want. The stroke option changes the outline of the object. The arrange option arranges the objects in front, back, forward or backward according to our need, which we'll be seeing in the next slide. The align objects option will also be explored in detail later. It basically aligns the object and distributes it as we want. Here we'll be starting with the group option. The group option can only be availed if we select two or more than two objects. The group option will combine the objects that we have selected. Click on it once to see the changes. The two objects have now been combined into one. Initially, we could see the selection handles on both the objects separately, whereas now we can see the selection handles only on one of the object. The two objects have been combined into one. To apply the reverse procedure, go into the element menu again, click on ungroup option. See the changes on the drawing area. The two objects again now have different selection handles. Another option that we can perform with the objects is the mask and the unmask operation. For that, we will select the bottom three objects. You have to press the Shift key while you select all the three objects. All the three objects have been selected as seen by the selection handles. Go into the element menu, click on mask. The shortcut key for the mask operation is Ctrl+6. Clicking on the mask option will hide the first and the third object and will keep the middle object as it is. We can see the first and the third object part which is there in the middle object. The selection handles though will appear as it is. To bring back the three objects, we have to go back into the element menu and click on the unmask option. The unmask option will bring back the three objects as they were. Some more options that can be availed is the image option. Working with graphics sometimes requires downloading images or putting it into certain forms of paragraph and our file. For that, we can go into the element menu and click on image, wherein we can work with image. The picture option can also be availed by going into the picture palette, which is the icon with the rectangle and the square and the triangle, or by going into the window menu, going into plugin palettes and clicking on show picture palette. You can input a picture of your need by selecting here, and then you can even continue working on the image by going into the element menu and image control option, which will only appear after the image has been brought into the drawing area. Enjoy working with graphics. Thank you. Welcome back to the spoken tutorial of Adobe PageMaker 7.0. In this tutorial, we are going to learn how to modify and make changes by using our control palette, which is at the bottom of our screen. In the previous session, we have already learned about the features of the control palette, which we'll be seeing in brief here, because we will then learn how to modify the objects by using the control palette. First of all, we will draw some of the shapes that can be then viewed and changed by using the control palette. We'll be beginning with the rectangular shape. We'll also be drawing a circular shape and a polygon shape. You can draw shapes of your own choice by using the toolbox as studied from the previous tutorial. Now, first of all, we'll be examining the rectangular tool. We'll be selecting the tool by the pointer tool as shown. The shape here is shown in the control palette. The x and y starting values, that is the dimensions of the rectangle corresponding to the rulers on the horizontal and the vertical scale, are shown here. The width and the height is also shown. Now, without actually touching the rectangle, we can modify the width, the height, the starting position of the rectangle in the drawing area. For that, we have to use the down and the up arrows, the left and the right arrows that are shown in the control palette. For example, if I want to move the rectangular to the right hand side, then I will have to move the x value of the rectangle to the right hand side. For example, I am clicking on the right side arrow and you can actually see the rectangle shift from left to right. Similarly, if I want to move the rectangular to the top, I will have to go to the up arrow and click it. You can also modify the control palette by using the keyboard. Similarly, if I want to change the size of the rectangle, go corresponding to the width option. To make it long or short, click on the right or the left button. Here I can clearly see that the rectangular is increasing in size. Similarly, you can decrease the size of the rectangle. The most interesting feature is that even if you change the width and the height, the rectangle will adjust itself in such a way that the initial values remains unchanged. One more interesting feature about the control palette is the tilt of the rectangle. You can actually tilt the rectangle as you want without going and selecting the selection handles. This arrows tells us how to actually modify and tilt the rectangle. If I want to tilt it to the right hand side, we have to go and click the down arrow. The corresponding degrees will appear. If the degree shows a minus value, it means that the rectangle is getting rotated clockwise. Corresponding to the degrees that we choose, the rectangle is tilted as shown in the figure. Similarly, you can place back the rectangle by using the other option. This way, the control palette helps us in modifying the various drawing tools. Similar can be applied to the polygon. Hence, in this tutorial, we learned how to modify the control palette and how to fiddle around with our objects by using the control palette without actually going into the drawing area and selecting the selection handles. It is a very interesting feature, and as you practice it, you will get to learn new and new things. Hope you enjoy practicing the same. Thank you. Welcome back to the spoken tutorial of Adobe PageMaker 7.0. In the previous tutorial, we studied about the control palette, the elements on the control palette, and how to modify objects by using the control palette. In this session, we will be studying how to work with objects by arranging them. It is useful for modifying and editing pictures and hence for making the picture as we like. First of all, we'll be creating a new file by going into the File menu and clicking on New. The file is as shown in the picture. First, we'll be drawing some objects. We'll be drawing some of the rectangles and squares. and also some of the ellipses and the circles. You can draw the picture of your choice. Now, to work with the objects, we have to go into the element menu and then go into the arrange option. There are various options available: bring to front, bring forward, send backward, and send to back. Here, each of the function will be explained. First, to make any changes to an object, we have to select that object. So, we will be going into the pointer toolbar and then selecting the object. Now, we can make any changes that we want. We will go into the element menu, click on arrange. The bring to front option will make the rectangle in front of the circle. Send to back will move it backward. Similarly, bring forward and send backward option will work. Now we'll be seeing different other options such as alignment. There are various options available for alignment. For aligning two or more objects, we have to first select those objects. So first of all, click on the pointer menu, click on the object, press shift and then click on the other object that you want to align. Go into the element menu. You can see that the align objects option can now be seen dark, which was earlier light. This is because we have selected two or more than two objects. The align objects menu would not be available if only one object is selected. You can even align objects by pressing Shift plus E key. On selecting Align Objects option, a pop-up menu will appear. Here, there are many options available. Either you can align the objects vertically or horizontally. Even in alignment, there are two options. You can either align or distribute your object. If we select none in both of them, the objects will be as it is. A preview is already available on the screen. For aligning as we want, we have to select one from the horizontal and one from the vertical side. According to your selection, the preview will be seen. For example, here we have aligned the left sides of the items and vertically we have distributed it within bounds. Clicking on OK option will make the changes to the object. As you can see, the left-hand sides of the objects are aligned and the objects are within the boundaries. For making different changes, you have to go down again to the element menu, go into the align objects option and then make the desired changes. The align object can also work with 3 objects, 4 objects depending upon what you want. This was all about arranging objects. Hope you enjoyed with our tool. Keep practicing. Thank you. In this tutorial, we are going to learn a very interesting and a necessary tool of Adobe PageMaker, the Edit Story tool. The Edit Story menu is like a little mini workplace inside a PageMaker. It allows us to type in some text and then place it in the document. It also allows us to take in text from existing documents and then edit it. First, we have to write some text in the document which we've already written for the demonstration's sake. To open the Edit Story, we have to go into the Edit menu and open Edit Story. Now, if you want to add some text that we have not previously added in the main document, we can type it here. For example, we add this is a test file. Now, to close the story edit, you have to click on the close button on the upper corner. A pop-up menu will appear which says the story has not been placed, meaning that the text which is added here is not added in the original document. So to make it appear in the original document, click on paste. Now we will have to drag this button for placing the text wherever we want. For example, we want the text here. So, as shown, the edit text appears here. We can also click on the copy button and paste it by using the story edit menu. We can go back to the edit story window by triple clicking on the text after selecting this pointer. As shown, we've come to the edit story menu. Another interesting tool that the edit story menu provides is that we can switch it in between the edit layout and the edit story by going onto the edit menu and selecting the edit layout. Similarly, going onto the edit menu and selecting the edit story. Hence, this was all about the edit story button. Thank you.